Don't worry, I'm not telling you to be mean to your teachers. When your team meets, does everyone agree? Does anyone push back? And when the meeting ends, do the real conversations happen in the hallway? If that sounds familiar, you're in good company. Most teams look exactly like this. But here's what I've learned. A team that never disagrees isn't a safe team, it's a quiet one. And quiet isn't the same as safe. Nice is not the same as safe. This isn't a people problem, it's a structure problem. And the goal isn't a nice team, the goal is an honest one. I've worked with school leaders who care deeply about their teachers. And because they care, they've built warmth, softening feedback to protect relationships, smoothing over disagreements to keep the peace, rescuing tension before it gets uncomfortable. They've built warmth, and in doing so, they've accidentally built walls. Some of the nicest leaders I've worked with create teams where people stopped speaking honestly. Not because they were bad leaders, because the structure around the team never made honesty feel safe. In 1999, Harvard researcher Amy Edmondson studied team learning and found that high-performing teams weren't just nicer, they disagreed more, challenged ideas more openly, and admitted mistakes faster. She called that condition that made this possible psychological safety. The belief that you can take interpersonal risks without the fear of punishment or humiliation. Stop and think about that. Interpersonal risk, not comfort. Risk. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't want conflict on my team. Trust me, I know what that does. And you're right, interpersonal conflict, people against people, is destructive. But that's not what I'm talking about. There's a difference between interpersonal conflict and productive conflict. Idea versus ideas. Kim Scott in Radical Candor calls the avoidance of productive conflict ruinous empathy. You care so much about how people feel in the moment that you stop engaging honestly with what actually matters. And ruinous empathy doesn't protect your team, it just delays the damage. In schools where the ideas on the table connect directly to what happens in classrooms, avoiding productive conflict isn't kindness, it's a structural failure. So what actually builds psychological safety? 3 structural conditions. First, model risk. Leaders go first. Share a mistake before you ask others to. Say, I don't know, before you expect others to. Safety isn't built when you announce it. It's built when you demonstrate that it's survivable. Second, name productive conflict as a norm. Say it explicitly. We expect people to challenge ideas here. That's not disrespect. That's the work. Most teams never say this, so people guess. And when people guess, they play it safe. Third, respond visibly to voice. What happens after someone speaks up matters more than the speaking up itself. If a teacher challenges an idea and gets shut down, even politely, every other person in the room just took notes. Your response is the structure. Here's where this usually breaks down. Leaders do most or all of these at once, let's say in August at the team launch, and then never again. Psychological safety isn't a retreat activity, it's a pattern. And patterns are built in ordinary moments, not special ones. What you're really building is care and candor. Not care or candor, it's both. Together, that's the structure. One question worth sitting with before your next team meeting. If someone on your team disagreed with your plan openly in the room, what would happen next? Your honest answer tells more about your team's psychological safety than any survey ever could. So no, I'm not telling you to be mean. I'm telling you that nice without these 3 conditions is just comfortable silence. And on a team that's trying to get better, comfortable silence is the most expensive habit in your building. If this video landed for you, subscribe and grab the teaming blueprint in the description. That's where we go deeper on building a team that can actually work. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.